As I was driving earlier this morning, I noticed the rays of sunlight beam between the trees, and I paused to look at the rays, and I began to feel the warmth of the sun just beaming on my skin. And God began to speak to me, and He reminded me that there was a great cloud of witnesses, not only present on earth, but they have gone before us. And the warmth and the beauty of those sun rays that I felt, I began to feel other kingdom fighters. In my spirit, I began to hear a great cloud of witnesses cheer, and they began to applaud. Hebrews 12:1 says, "We are surrounded by a great cloud of witnesses." It said, "Let us lay aside every weight and the sin which so easily ensnares us, so that we may run the race that has been set before us." You know, looking back, they began to laugh and they began to poke fun of Noah. But he endured. Moses, he made a mistake and he fled into isolation, but he endured. Look at Joseph's family. They disowned him, but he endured. Look at Sarah. She carried a blanket of heaviness, but she endured. Hey, look at the disciples. They thought they had lost the Son of God on Good Friday, but they endured. All of these witnesses endured, and they're part of a great cloud of witnesses. Even today, we're surrounded daily with a cloud of witnesses. Throughout our day, we're surrounded by giants on the front line. They're fighting for the kingdom. We're surrounded by soldiers that have been wounded, but yet they still choose to fight for the kingdom of God. In today's society, we have the powerful evangelists pouring into our lives through today's technology. See, the problem that you and I have is the comparison game. When we start comparing ourselves to others, we allow our mind to be filled with emotions. We start to feel useless. We start to feel like we're not good enough, not smart enough, until we have allowed unbelief to fill our mind. And when we allow this unbelief start to form, that unbelief, it begins to creep in. It begins to creep in our heart. It begins to creep in our soul until they're captive. And when they're captive, you're not who God has designed you to be. And you're no longer fighting for the kingdom of God then. You've chosen to give up the fight. And you've chosen to give into unbelief. You see, Satan has won the war at that point. And when you allow Satan to win, you have chosen not to be a part of the great cloud of witnesses. And when you choose to throw in that flag, not only are you affected from this, but the ones that are around you, the ones that you love the most, that's the ones that are affected. As I begin to sit there in the warmth of those sunrise, I chose not to be ensnared in the comparison game. I chose not to be defeated, but to endure as the ones that have went on before me. And the beauty of the early morning drive, God gave me supernatural strength to fight my fight in the kingdom. So listen, you're not alone in the kingdom fight, but you must choose to fight among the kingdom with us. Be aware. Don't be caught in Satan's snare. Listen to this. Most importantly, get this. You are His workmanship. You are molded and you are fashioned in His image. So today, choose to pick up your weapon He has given you and join us in this great cloud. Choose to run the race He has set before you. Choose to endure. Listen and look around you. God is speaking. The cloud of witnesses are cheering you on, my friends. So be encouraged.